Softball for the Tigers is off to their best start in program history. So these guys with me are going to talk about their performance so far and what to expect moving forward. And also NFL free agency starts on March 10th, but some big moves have already been made. These two talk about what to expect moving forward. So get ready. The Power Play starts right now. And welcome to the PowerPlay. I'm Cody Krupp. Alongside of me, these two shenanigan causers. We got Derek Kopp, Pat Gunther with me. How are you guys doing today?
Doing pretty well. A little bit warmer than yesterday, so I'll take it.
Just a little bit.
I'm doing okay. Probably a little bit better than Derek for reasons I can't disclose, but I'm doing okay.
What are those reasons?
I can't disclose.
I'm just kidding. We won't talk about those right now. All right, guys. So first, we're going to get to our first topic of discussion today. When it comes to LSU sports, mainly you think about the big ones: basketball, football, maybe a little baseball in there. But the softball team has gotten off to their best start in program history, sitting now at 22-0. So what do you say about this hot start for these guys, and what do you think they have to do to continue this momentum moving forward from here?
Well, I will say the hot start is absolutely awesome. It's creating a culture of winning for the Lady Tigers that has not been around, and it's actually helping them pack Tiger Park. And also, they're absolutely raking Savannah Jaquish, the unquestioned leader of the team. She mashes, and it's going to be interesting to see with games against Arkansas this weekend, how competition actually stiffens up.
Derek, do you think this team has the qualities to be able to beat teams like Arkansas this early in the SEC team?
I think they do. Not only are they raking it, as Pat said, they're young. I mean, not necessarily young. They have their positions, but veteran leadership is big. Coach Beth Torino, she's going to get that team set. She always has. It's why they're at, I believe, 21-0 right now, going for 23-0. So I believe they're going to be okay as long as that veteran leadership keeps stepping up. Pitching needs to continue to lead the way. And then the way I see it, this week's SEC games, that's going to determine it. We're going to really see what this team's made of after they get into the SEC play.
A comment you guys made, it talked about the support the softball team is getting. We see it in football, we see it in basketball and baseball, but now they're starting to pack Tiger Park. And there was a comment made by Jamal Adams about the culture of Tiger Athletic fans. Yeah. What do you think that does show that they're coming out to? If you think about it, almost 4 sports during one season is packed every game.
Yeah.
Well, that is great. That is great. Jamal Adams' comment about fans leaving early, totally agree with that. Stick it out and support your team. But it is good to see some of the smaller sports getting attention, and I'm sure that the athletes love it too. It's just sort of a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I mean, it's great to see the gymnastics packed. They deserve it. Softball, they deserve it. Baseball, they deserve it. All these great teams, they deserve to have an audience. Not just football. We love football. I'm not going to say anything bad about our football fans, but you got to go to all the events. You got a good program like LSU. Support it. You don't get this chance very often.
I think it's safe to say that Tiger Athletics as a whole, you have to look at Baton Rouge as a whole as one of the best sports destinations. Personally, that's why I chose here. Where otherwhere would you want to go for college athletics than LSU? To our next topic is going to come up right now. We're going to talk about NFL free agency. The 49ers have signed former Cardinals defensive lineman Darnell Dockett, and news just broke that Brandon Marshall will be a New York Jet. J-E-T-S. We got a New Jersey guy right here. So, guys, 2 legitimate moves already have been made so far, rather eye-popping. And do you think we're going to see some more big moves as we head forward into free agency?
Big moves, maybe via trades, via players moving around, but free agency, you see a lot of guys like Dez getting franchise tagged. A lot of these teams are using their franchise tag. I think Andre Johnson's probably going to move somewhere. That's going to be a huge move. But it's really hard to predict. I think through the draft and maybe trades is really where you're going to see the meat of the action this offseason.
Yeah, let's see the Adam Schefter in you, Derek. What do you have for us on free agency?
I would say mine's a little bit different. Last year's free agency changed it for me. So a lot of guys, a lot of different jerseys. I think this year's going to be the same way. Honestly, I would not be surprised if Vikings let AP go, and he goes down to Dallas, where he's from, and DeMarco Murray is now gone. See DeMarco Murray going to a team that needs a running back for the playoffs, Andre Johnson. I know our producer, Jared, I love him going to the Colts. I think that's his place. If they don't want to give up too much for him. He's an older player. But I agree that it's going to be a lot of trades, but leading up to the draft, because I think a lot of teams want those quarterbacks, you're going to see Ndamukong Suh's name thrown out there with the Raiders and the Jaguars when they're signing them. They might put a little more priority towards a player like that instead of looking towards the draft. Maybe trade down, get a little more picks. But I'm excited. It's the best part of the year, so March 10th can't get here any quicker.
March 10th, we're also going to find out about one of our favorite players, Randall Cobb. Somebody, yeah, that's the exact thought I've been thinking of since the season ended.
Yes.
Sign Randall Cobb. I'm just going to ask Derek. We have a Packer fan over here. Derek, tell me, is Randall Cobb going to be back in a green and gold jersey next fall?
I wish I could say definitively that he is going to. It's very tough right now. I read something again this morning that they're just not seeing eye to eye. And if they can't, to me, that's not the end of the world. I mean, there's some other options out there. You see Percy Harvin might get out of his deal with the Jets. And I mean, Percy Harvin, Randall Cobb, not different players. Percy Harvin early in his years with the Vikings, that's what he was. He was an all-purpose player, kick returns, punt returns, then you could give him the ball out of the backfield and screen, and he'd get you 30 yards. I think we'll put a good push for him, but unfortunately, and as disgusting as this is, I see him wearing black and silver. They have the money, they have the need. I think he's going out west.
Black and silver. Well, I know I'm going to be sad because the only jersey I own is a green and gold Randall Cobb jersey, of course. So it looks like I'm going to have to be hitting up the Chinese cheap jerseys and have them sent my way pretty soon. Get myself a new green and gold jersey. But guys, that is all the time we have today. For Derek Kopp, I'm Cody Krupp, and then obviously alongside of me we got this guy, Patrick Gunther. Have a great weekend. Stay warm, and we'll see you all next week.